Today we are going to perform experiment number 9 to identify the given organic drug or compound by systematic qualitative analysis. So as usual, first we are going to perform preliminary test and physical examination. So in preliminary test we are going to check the state, color and odor of the compound. So first test is state. So here this is your compound which we are going to determine today. If you look at the compound, it is liquid in state. So in inference, what you are going to write down? The compounds having lower molecular weight, for example alcohol, ether, aldehydes, ketone, etc. may be present. Second test, that is color. So here you can see that this is colored liquid. So this is colored liquid having reddish brown or yellow to orange color. That means your compound may have amines or nitro compound. In case of odor, it is having a fishy smell. That means amines may be present. Which we are going to perform is solubility. For this test we have to take 0.2 ml of liquid sample in a test tube and treat it with about 3 ml of solvent. Shake well. If it is soluble in and we have to check whether it is soluble in water or not. Here I am going to take small amount of given sample in a test tube and adding about 3 ml of water. Here you can see that this given sample is insoluble in water. Next is action of sodium bicarbonate. Few ml of aniline. Now I am going to add sodium bicarbonate in it. Solution of sodium bicarbonate. There is no evolution of carbon dioxide and no evolution of or no observation of effervescence. That means acids and phenols absent. Our compound is insoluble in water and it is non-acidic in nature. So the alcohol, aldehyde, carbohydrates, amino acids, amides, ketone, etc. may be present. So we are going to check this solubility in the rest of the solvent like sodium hydroxide, hydrochloric acid, concentrated sulfuric acid and rest. Going to check the solubility of the compound in sodium hydroxide. So I have taken a small quantity of sample and going to add sodium hydroxide. Here also you can see that the compound is insoluble. We are going to check the solubility in hydrochloric acid. So again sample plus hydrochloric acid. Here you can see that it will get dissolved in hydrochloric acid. So the basic compounds such as amines may be present. Next test which we are going to perform is action of sodium hydroxide. Sample plus sodium hydroxide. If there is a change in color, then all the respective compounds which are mentioned over here are present, and if not, all are absent. Same solution we are going to heat it and again observe for this observation. If there is any observation observed or which is mentioned over here, then in that case the respective inference is present. See that I have taken sample and now going to add sodium hydroxide in it. You can see that it is insoluble in water and no change in color. So whatever the compound which are mentioned here are absent. Now same solution I am going to heat it. Again there is a no change in color. So whatever the mention over here is absent. Next test is action of sodium carbonate. For this we are going to take sample plus sodium carbonate. If effervescence observed, acids present. If not, acid absent. I am going to add few ml of aniline and sodium carbonate. You have to observe for the effervescence. See, there is a no effervescence, that means acid absent. Next test is action of hot concentrated sulfuric acid. We are going to take again liquid sample plus concentrated sulfuric acid and observe the changes which are mentioned in observation. Blackening with effervescence or without effervescence, blackening no effervescence, no effervescence, no blackening, yellow to brown but no cheering. Going to add concentrated sulfuric acid. And you can see whether there is a effervescence or blackening or no effervescence, no blackening, only cheering. You have to observe it. So no effervescence, no blackening, but pungent odor, acetic, benzoic, phenolic, esters, phenols may be present. Now next is action of potassium permanganate. We have to take liquid sample plus KMnO4. If decolorization is there, unsaturated compound is present. If this result is not obtained positive, then we are going to perform the test for acidic medium and basic medium. But if this test is positive, then we are not going to perform the remaining test. Then a small quantity of sample, drops of potassium permanganate. Here you can see that this potassium permanganate is having magenta color. Any other color except this magenta can indicates that decolorization is there. You can see that this magenta color is turning, means not exist. Pink color is not observed. That means decolorization is taking place. So unsaturated compound is present. Which we are going to perform is action of ferric chloride solution. For this we are again going to take few ml of sample and add 2 to 3 drops of ferric chloride. If green color, blue color or red coloration, any of the coloration is observed, then respective compound which is mentioned in inference may be present. Here you can see that I have taken a sample in the test tube and I am going to add this ferric chloride. Okay. Only 1 to 2 drops of ferric chloride we have to add. You can see that we are not observing any green coloration, blue or violet coloration or red coloration. So catechol, phenol, phenolic acid all are absent. Next test is heating on a copper gas. We are going to take few ml of sample directly on a spatula and you have to observe the flame, whether it is sooty or non-sooty. Sooty means black color and non-sooty means white in color, and greenish shade or if there is a cheering and smell of burnt sugar, that also you have to observe. Taken few ml of sample on a spatula and I am going to heat it. You have to observe it. You can see that black smoke is there. So what it indicates? It indicates the sooty flame. Okay. That means aromatic compounds, aliphatic compounds with more than 4 carbon atoms are present. So the conclusion on the basis of the test which we have performed here, that our compound is aromatic in nature, unsaturated and having and basic in nature. Now as per the procedure, next part which comes under the qualitative analysis is the elemental in analysis. For this purpose we are going to perform the sodium fusion test, and the procedure, now you are very well known what is the procedure for performing the sodium fusion extract. So I am going to directly show you that or I'm going to directly perform that procedure. So here initially we have to take small piece of sodium metal and press it inside this tube with the help of capillary. Now heat it on a burner. I'm going to add small amount of sample in it like this with the help of capillary and heat the sodium fusion tube till it becomes red hot. Now you can see that it is getting red hot. So I am going to put it in a evaporating dish which is already having water and immediately going to cover with the wire gauze like this. Now I am going to crush it. And now we are going to keep it till it for boiling so that we will obtain the concentrated solution. Okay, you can see that this solution has started boiling, and now here onward we are going to use this solvent after filtration to perform the test of elemental analysis. Filter this sodium fusion extract. The first test which we are going to perform here is Prussian blue test. Okay, this Prussian blue test, it is also called nitrogen test. We are going to take extract plus ferrous sulfate plus sodium hydroxide and going to boil it and acidify with H2SO4. Here I am going to take few ml of sodium fusion extract, then few gram of, here you can see, ferrous sulfate crystals, then sodium hydroxide solution. Now we have to heat it, boil it. Now I am going to, after cooling, we are going to add few ml of sulfuric acid till it will become acidify. Now after addition of sulfuric acid, you can see that Prussian blue color is obtained. So what it indicates that nitrogen is present. Next test, that is lead acetate test. For this test we are going to take sodium fusion extract plus lead acetate plus acetic acid. If black precipitate observed, sulfur is present. This sodium fusion extract, to this going to add acetic acid and lead acetate. You can see that there is no black color. What it indicates? Sulfur is absent. So sulfur is absent. Now here I am not going to perform the Liebig test, as we know that if any one of the compound, that is N or S, is absent, then this test will going to be negative, means it doesn't going to show you the blood red coloration. So this test is negative. Here we can conclude that as we know our compound consists of nitrogen and it is basic in nature. Our group is group second, that is CHO and N, basic. So we are going to follow the page test which are given on page number 2.47. So now we are going to perform the test for basic compound having carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. The test is carboxylamine reaction. Here in this case observation is nauseating odor and inference is presence of primary aliphatic or aromatic amine. But as we know that our compound is having sooty flame, what it indicates that our compound is aromatic in nature. So I am going to perform the test whose name is Hinsberg test. In this test, we have to take a compound in a test tube and add few ml of pyridine plus freshly prepared 2% aqueous sodium hydroxide solution and 2 drops of benzene sulfonyl chloride and observe the color change, whether it is yellow, orange or deep red color. See that here in the test tube I have taken a few ml of sample. Now I am going to add pyridine solution in it. So this is the pyridine solution. We are going to add few ml of pyridine solution. Then we have to add freshly prepared sodium hydroxide solution. And add in it benzene sulfonyl chloride. You can see that here the yellow color is observed after shaking, that means primary amine is present. Next we are going to perform the test for aliphatic amine. We know that our compound is aromatic as it has shown sooty flame, but still I am going to perform this test to identify for the identification purpose. Here we are going to take amine plus water plus acetone plus sodium nitroprusside. If violet color is there, primary amine present. If not, primary amine absent. I have taken few ml of sample. Now I am going to add water. Then few ml of acetone, sodium nitroprusside. You can see that there is a no violet coloration, that means primary aliphatic amine absent. Now next we are going to perform test for primary aromatic amine, that is dye test. In this test we have to take amine, that means our compound, plus hydrochloric acid plus sodium nitrite plus beta naphthol in NaOH. And if we obtain orange dye color, that indicates that primary aromatic amine is present. Here I have taken few ml of sample, that is amine, few ml of hydrochloric acid. Then I am going to put that sodium nitrite. Okay, I am going to add powder in it so that we will get good result. Now after this we are going to add beta naphthol in NaOH. You can see that orange color is there. So what it indicates? Primary aromatic amine is present. See. Orange color is there. Which we are going to perform is action of bleaching powder. So here we are going to take amine plus water plus few drops of bleaching powder solution. If transient purple color is obtained, then aniline is present. The transient purple color is observed. What it indicates? That aniline is present. The structure of aniline having the boiling point of 184 degrees centigrade. So what is our result? The given organic unknown compound was found to be aniline with the structural formula as shown over here and the boiling point 184 degrees centigrade.